for starting this researcher week. It's really good initiative. So I'm starting. A very good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all had a safe Diwali. I appreciate the continued hard work of Dr. Manish for this professional occupational therapy development. Uh, I congratulate him for starting this researcher week. In his leadership, Haryana branch of IOTA is doing very well. I, I congratulate today's speaker, Siddhi Jayakrishna Nayak and Siddhika Raul. I appreciate all the participants for their participation. Today's topic is importance of conducting research in OT. Of course, it's not a new topic. So I'm just going to brief you for 4 to 5 minutes, and I will love to hear from you if you have any doubt and question. So in order to provide the best care to patient and community, apart from infrastructure, the occupational therapist must be thorough with the critical appraisal of latest scientific literature, because if you are able to critically analyze the research, the recent research, the trend, what are trend going on in OT nowadays, because you are a clinician, maybe you have uh, completed your bachelor, master's or PhD few years back, but if you are not a continuous learner, you must be a lifelong learner. So what are the recent advances and research are going on in our field? You must have to know it. This is not the just duty of academician, because clinician who used to give services to the patient, and that is the main services in OT. So what I think, for professional growth, three things are very important. The first is services, the second is manpower, and the third is policy. So services, here many times I used to listen, and many novice therapists even complain that we don't have sufficient patients. So why? You have to think that there is need. There is need in the society. There is patients, the stroke patient, Parkinson's patient, cerebral palsy, autistic, orthopedic conditions and all. But you see that they are going to other professionals, and even they are not going anywhere. But they are feeling that there is difficulty they are facing. So this is the need. They have need of services. They want to take services. If a person is not able to walk properly, and he having this realization, but you have to convert this need in the demand. उस आदमी को ये पता चलना चाहिए कि इस प्रॉब्लम का इलाज है. What the problem they are facing, there is proper treatment for this. So services convert need into demand. So occupational therapist, occupational therapy clinician have the great role, the core role in professional development. There is another misconception I can say, that research है तो researcher करेंगे, academician करेंगे. No. When you are going to treat a patient, Patient is asking you, सर कितना दिन में ठीक हो जाऊंगा मैं, क्या क्या करना पड़ेगा मुझे. These are the basic questions. So you have to give the answer for this. और answer आप कैसे दोगे? If you have a treatment protocol, that एक बच्चा जिसका स्टैंडिंग बैलेंस पुअर है, तो यदि स्टैंडिंग बैलेंस प्रोटोकॉल हमने अप्लाई किया या स्टैंडर्डाइज प्रोटोकॉल और स्टैंडर्डाइज टूल हमने अप्लाई किया, if we have applied this, then we know that what will be the prognosis. According to prognosis, you can say them that this will take this much month, this will take 2 months or 3 months, right? Again, okay, you have given this idea, then which way you will treat them? For that you need instrument, and instrument must be reliable, valid, right? So both the things is very much important for you. Without this, you can't run your clinic. And if you are running your clinic without this, it's very tough to become subjective. For giving subjective answer, it's really tough for you. So clinicians have much more role in research. Then, yeah, of course, when there is matter of theoretical development and all, then academicians have the great role. So it's actually we can't divide it. We all have equal role in research. It's totally depend on you in which way and what interest you have, what you want to do. Like I'm going to give an example to you. All the skills has been developed in Western countries. Particularly, I'm telling you the ideal skills, the theme, Barthel, cards, whatsoever. But none of them are measuring how to wear dhoti, sari, how to eat by hand, because it has been developed in Western country and there these components are not there. But why not you are developing it? If you will develop, then you will be able to say your clients, your patients, that yes, after this much day I can leave you, you can go from my clinic after becoming independent in dressing. And if you don't have this, if you can't measure it, you can't give proper instruction, how you can make independence? So for functional dependence, we must have developed the different instruments, standardized tools, protocols, so that we can give better services. The same way, academician, now I'm coming to the second point, the manpower development. Academicians have the great role to develop manpower, like how to teach occupational therapist, right? What are the theory we are following, how they can practice, how we can demonstrate. So we must have idea of clinical as well as the theoretical part, right? So manpower development is also very important for any profession. Manpower development, if we have little manpower and we are not reaching to the public where services is required, so maybe they are going to see other options. What I believe, be the best in your field. If you are giving good services, the patients won't go anywhere. And if they will go, they will come back again to you, because nowadays everybody have sufficient information and options to choose. Even if I'm going to buy a pen, I go to 5 or 2 shops. I used to see 20 to 30 pens, and then I select one. So when a person is going for their health, they have all right to explore everything and then choose the best. So try to be the best. So manpower development is also very important. And in both, the research have a important role. The third part was policy. The policy development, we don't have much role because government have the role. And yes, on the platform of IOTA and all, we are contributing for policy development. And the day policy will develop, automatically the our role in Right for Education Act, National Trust, everywhere it's going to be clarify, and then the professional growth will be there. So here in research, from where you will get an idea on which topic you want to do the research. There are 3 ways again. The first, review of latest article. As I told, you must be lifelong learner. So if you are lifelong learner, you are going to the latest article, you will see that if you will able to critically analyze the article, you will understand that what was the lacking in methodology, what was the limitation of the study, and by all these things, you can get a research question. The same way, when you are giving therapy to the patients, you have the question in your mind that, see the example of neuro. You are applying roots, NDT, and motor control, motor learning, whatever technique you are applying. But if I'm going to ask you, which one is best? So different people will give different answer for this. But I think this is the research question. The same way, when you are discussing with the experts in your clinical field as well as in the academics, they're having lots of research questions and they can suggest you. So I'm not going to take much time, and I just want to tell you that by this, be part of research, do research, and this is not for academician only. Clinician have also very important role. And again, thanks for patience listening, and I congratulate both the speaker, and thanks to Dr. Manish for giving me this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with all the knowledge. We will move ahead with our next speaker, that is Siddhi Jai Krishna Nayak. Siddhi, you can go ahead with your topic.
Siddhi, you are on mute, I think.
अगं घेते 1 मिनिट.